So, how's it going? Who are you?
I'm Stevie Churchill.
Are you sure about that?
Not 100% positive.
Well, yeah, you're him, I guess. Alright, so the number one question the kids keep asking me about you is just what happened to your thumb. So do you want to explain what trick you were doing and what the situation was when you initially injured your digit?
Yeah, I mean, I was in Chile on a trip with a claw, and the first day I tried to film something. I was doing a hanger over 180, then fakie whip off this curb, and I did it, and then I wanted to do it cleaner, so I went to do it again, and my back tire came off the curb when I went to hop. I just pretty much dead man celered the whip, landed on my thumb. I fractured it in 2 places and tore the ligament.
And so, what was the situation? You were in the middle of a riot, as I understand?
Yeah, people were getting tear gassed and shit. It was pretty gnarly. There was, like, people in the riots, like, stopped rioting and started watching me do this trick, too, and, like, getting in my way.
Were they cool about it, or were people fucking with you guys?
No, they were cool, but they were just, it seemed like they were just more fascinated, like holy shit, what's this dude doing on his bike, like.
And see, that's what I think is funny about it, is the fact that, like, you doing a fakie whip off a curb, like, you could do that all day. Like, I've never seen you even really fall doing that. And then you got broke. Was it because you were, like, under all this stress because everybody was fucking getting all crazy?
It wasn't really the riot that messed me up. It was, like, all the dry tear gas on the ground made it all slick. Oof. So I kept sliding out on the fakie and stuff, and I don't know, I just got pretty frustrated. And
it's super funny because we all thought that you were going to Chile and that it was going to be this, like, really nice vacation. And then it ended up like, so can you describe getting beat up to me? Can I also have that coffee?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about getting your ass kicked and exactly how this happened?
I mean, I got jumped like 4 times.
4 times? This is unbelievable. How did this occur?
Just, I don't know, man. I
just
think
the riots.
They didn't. I don't think they liked me at all. I don't think they like Americans. So.
Yeah, but everybody else got beat up too, right?
No, Rich Foreign got jumped one night. Yeah. We were at, like, we got tickets for this, like, concert thing or whatever. And I actually, while he was getting beaten up, I was getting beaten up on the patio.
But these are just random dudes who just started fights with you because you're American?
I'm not sure what their reasoning really was, but, I mean, like, I asked the dude for a cigarette out on the patio, and he just punched me in the face. And
seriously?
Yeah, and his friends all attacked me.
What the fuck? It's so crazy.
One night, I got pinned up against the wall by a bunch of dudes, and they fucking started yanking on my thumb because it was wrapped up.
Right.
So, immediately after that, I just stopped wrapping it up because you just look vulnerable, you know.
So, what was the surgery like? Because this is your first ever, like, real surgery. Also, look at this traffic. This is gonna be like an 8-hour fucking video if they film this whole time.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I was scared to go in for surgery because I never had it before.
Mm-hmm.
But my doctor was real cool and, like...
What's his name? You remember?
Matthew.
Yeah.
I believe.
He got a shout out on the Instagram.
Yeah, he's the homie.
So was he, you described that you loved the feeling of the anesthesia, right?
I wouldn't say loved.
It felt cool, like, going in and out?
It felt cool, like, feeling all loopy and stuff after. Yeah. Like, I stood up and stumbled over like I just shotgunned 7 beers. I was like, whoa, this is tight, dude. And I started stumbling out of the building, and I don't know, it was just...
And you fucking hated having the cast on more than anything, right?
Yeah, there were a few nights I would start just picking at it.
Gnawing at it like a fucking beaver.
Yeah. It was definitely annoying, but... So
what's this? You want to show the GoPro your scar? It's kind of gnarly looking. Yep, there it is. So what's your riding like right now? Are you like, you're not 100%, what are you, like 60%, 70%?
Well, I just went to the doctor again the other day, and he said that my thumb was healing up good, and it felt like real strong, but the ligament isn't going to heal. It takes like 12 weeks or whatever to heal a ligament, and it's
how long has it been since surgery?
About 5.
I think there's a fucking ambulance coming, so that's cool.
Yeah, he said... It's funny, when I walked in, he was just like, I saw you on Instagram doing tricks on your bike. And I was like, oh, I know.
But so how long did you wait before you started doing a couple tricks after the surgery?
I think I did my first bar spin on my bike, like 3.5 weeks after surgery.
But was it a weird feeling? Was it all like
Oh.
numb and tingly and stuff? Because you've never dealt with the surgery feeling before.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, I just did it slow and, like, tried to be cautious of my finger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still a little numb. He said the feeling would come back, but it just depends on how long.
Mm-hmm. This is one interesting thing about you, though, is do you feel like you heal, like, way faster than the average person?
Yeah.
Like, how so? Like, have you had any, like, miraculous recoveries? I've definitely seen it where you, like...
When I broke my hand,
Yeah.
I healed up in, like, 3 weeks.
And everybody thought that you were going to need surgery.
And I was back on my bike.
Yeah.
Well, I was supposed to get surgery.
Yeah. And then you didn't, but somehow your hand just reformed.
Yeah.
What do you think that is? You think you're a mutant or something?
I don't know what it is, man.
Do you relate
It's not like I eat healthy or do anything.
Yeah, that's
healthy.
what's weird. Is like
So
maybe
I'm
if you
just-
started eating healthy, like, because you're pretty much on like a sugar and cigarettes diet. All right.
Jesus.
The other thing that people ask about all the fucking time is you getting your bike stolen. Do you want to relive this horrible night?
I mean, I've only gotten my bike stolen, like, this will be the second time in my life, and both were at 7-Elevens.
So shout out to 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
But you spent like
bad
half your
luck.
life at a 7-Eleven, so
Can't pass up a good opportunity to hit a Sevs.
your parents gave birth to you at a 7-Eleven. But so what? You just ran in.
Well, I was in there for, like, there wasn't even, like, a line or anything, so I just grabbed a bunch of snacks and stuff, and as I'm paying for it, I look over and I see some dude grab my bike and dip off.
Yeah.
So I just ran out after him.
I can't believe that he was able to beat you though. That's the crazy thing to me.
He had a
Especially
head
with the
start.
free coaster.
He had a head start. I was fucking dipping, dude.
And you ran as fast as you could for what, like a mile or something?
Half a mile about. And the funny thing is the dude working the counter at 7-Eleven likes me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right behind me chasing the dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, I went in after the next day and he was just like saying he's so sorry that happened, and if when I get a new bike or whatever, I'd just bring it in the store.
It sucks too because normally there's that one guy who begs for change outside, but he opens the door for everybody, and he like every time you roll up in your bike, he's like, "Don't worry, bro, I got you." Like he'll keep an eye on your
That
bike.
dude has never asked me for change once.
Really? Yeah, I'll give him change just because that guy's really friendly and nice. Like he's probably homeless
Yeah.
and on drugs or whatever, but he's really nice, and he
is.
he always offers to watch your bike for you, which is
Yeah, he's
cool,
mad
you know?
polite.
But yeah, it sucks that guy wasn't around that night. Maybe they kicked him out.
That dude, no, the dude's working there like that dude.
Yeah, they
So
obviously
it's like-
tolerate him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If he was there that night, that dude would have gotten his ass beat because
Yeah, definitely.
the dude, he was just like, I don't know, I didn't really get a great look at him. He was just like some skinny bum. Like,
Yeah.
he dipped off quick though. I was pissed.
It sucks too though because Jerome, shout out to Jerome the homie, he DM'd me the other day. He saw a guy like with the bike real quick, but then the guy disappeared like off the street corner as soon as he saw Jerome and realized that Jerome was looking at him.
The thing that
It's a
pisses
bummer.
me off is like I'll see comments on Instagram of kids being like, "Who the fuck cares? He's just gonna get a new one."
Yeah.
And what I have to say to that is, it doesn't matter how fast you're gonna get a new one. That was
Yeah.
like my bike. That was personal. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what pisses me off about it.
Yeah, and you can get another one, but at the same time, it's like
It's not gonna be.
you got memories with that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Not to mention, if you even can't ride for like 3 days for a person who loves to ride every day, that's still like fucking.
I've been losing my mind.
Yeah, but now you finally got a new bike.
Yeah.
How would you, did you build up a lot of like momentum or a lot of determination to ride more once you had to sit on the couch for a few weeks?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not normally the dude that watches a lot of edits anymore and stuff, and like, I really just kind of didn't care. And then once I sat on the couch for a couple weeks, I just started watching edits all the time and like thinking about tricks I want to learn, or you know, just getting motivated again.
Yeah. That's where you got to be at, you know? It's like, it's so easy as a rider to like, you sort of have this phase where you're just building up and you're like getting better and better and better, and then sort of a lot of dudes reach a level where they're just kind of cool with how good they are and they don't really care about getting better, you know? And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying you got to that point or whatever, but I mean, I think it's always good to just feel motivated and always have something that you're working on. Or if you're a pro rider or whatever and you don't have a bunch of tricks in the back of your head that you want to do or that you want to get done, and you're just kind of randomly doing shit on trips or whatever, that's like not a good mentality to be in, you know?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've gotten stuck in that mentality before,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, being off your bike for that long really just kind of puts it in perspective. Like, I've just been kind of doing what I had to just coast by, and you know, like,
You felt like you got to that point for a little bit?
yeah, and now it's like, man, I just want to be the best I can be, you know?
Yeah. Because that's, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you're a pro rider. You're not going to be a pro rider forever, but it's like you might as well fucking go hard while you're at it. Especially there's so many amazing riders now too that it's like, because I know like, well, so if I were to say who are your favorite riders, top 3, who would you say?
It's hard to choose. I mean, Garrett is definitely my favorite rider. But I mean, then there's dudes like Chad or Sean Ricani. Like, there's just so many people to name that it's hard to choose a top 3. But if I were to choose one absolute favorite, it would be Garrett.
And then probably Chad and Sean, based on what I know of you. Devin Smiley up there.
Yeah, Smiley for
Donachi.
sure. Yep. See, exactly.
See,
It's
you
just,
would have forgot him.
It's just
and he would be at home crying in Scotland. Do you find that you usually, like, your favorite riders are just the best riders? Like the dudes who have the most skills, period?
In my opinion, yeah.
That's just kind of what you gravitate towards?
Yeah. I mean, style's tight and stuff. Like, that definitely...
But all those dudes have, like, some of the best style, too. Like,
exactly.
talking about Devin,
it's
Sean,
just
Garrett, you know?
So much bike control. It's enjoyable to watch, you know?
It used to be that people would always be like, oh, you know, I like this guy because he's smooth and he's got style, and like I don't like this guy because he does all these tricks. But like those dudes that we all just named right there, like it's hard to think of anybody who rides street that has better style than those dudes, and they do the craziest tricks. So it's like the best riders now fucking do everything all together. They look good doing.
They
stuff.
are just
consistent
all
and
around.
Yeah,
like very well rounded.
You got any trips that you know of that you have to go on in the future?
I'm not too positive right now. I mean, I do want to go to the U.S. Open.
Yeah, that's right down the street, but that's gonna be fun.
Mad biatches.
Biatches. What are your favorite movies of all time? Because you're a huge movie fan. People probably don't know this about you.
I love Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt is a fave. You've kind of like modeled yourself after him, to be totally honest. Joe Dirt. What else? Like Step Brothers. Is that a fave?
It's good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
That's
say
a fave of mine because when we first got in the OSS Long Beach house, we just watched it 5 billion fucking times.
Yeah.
What else? Fucking Grandma's Boy.
Grandma's Boy is tight.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that one in a while until recently.
And then you watched like 3 times in a row, right?
Yeah, that's mostly because like different people in the house, they'd see it and be like, "Oh shit, let's watch that."
It,
and I'm just like, "All right, whatever."
You also are prone to like, well, what were you doing when you were hurt? That's the question that people probably want to know. You're just watching TV shows, just plowing through them, right?
Constantly.
Watch every episode of a show and then just find another one.
Just banging out seasons.
Yeah. So what shows did you kill during this? And were you rewatching stuff or are you watching all new stuff?
I watch a lot of Family Guy now.
Yeah.
Just kind of like...
There's like infinite episodes of it, right?
Yeah, there's so many of them. I'm pretty sure I've seen every one of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
It's always good to catch up.
I like watching Supernatural.
What's that?
It's just some kind of like fucking... I don't know how to really describe it. It's not exactly something I think a lot of people would like, but
Supernatural.
something I'm into.
I just watched every single episode of Entourage. And I really liked it, but I tried to watch a few episodes around Stevie, and he was just like, yo, this show is fucking stressing me out. And it's pretty funny because, like, that is the tone of the show, is that everybody is just running around on their phones, fucking losing their minds all the time, like, super stressful.
It was too real for me.
I know, and I've never really, like, thought about it that way, but it is kind of like a high-pressure show to watch, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not into that shit.
How would you describe Mikey Tyra? He's been out staying with us in the house.
He's tight, man. Cool kid.
Amazing rider.
Amazing rider, yeah.
Really...
He just did he just put on Instagram that fakey nose. He did that in like 5 tries.
Yeah.
Which is unreal. And he came off nose heavy too, which was fucking proper.
What's Brandon Began been doing?
I don't know.
Back home doing fucking nothing.
Dinking around
on the East Coast.
Yeah.
What do you think of Brandon's riding?
It's amazing. I've always liked Brandon's riding ever since we were kids. Yeah.
But was he always like the little kid looking up to you though?
I wouldn't say he looked up to me.
You guys are the same age, yeah.
I mean...
You were pro before him, so he saw that as like like he kind of saw you as a role model in that sense. But you were probably
in that sense, yeah.
You were good before him too, right?
No.
Really?
He was always good.
Really?
Yeah.
I always felt like
we were kind of like neck to neck when we were kids, and then we just kind of grew into different styles. So it's like I really enjoy riding around with him because, you know, he's not doing this. We're not going to go to a spot and want to do the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
he's more of a
it's like
grinder,
that never happens.
Okay, but so there's an interesting question. Do you really love doing like tech grind stuff, like flat rail stuff? Because I know that's something that do you feel like you're not as good at that stuff as like all the other stuff that you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just because I've been lazy about it and never really gave it a lot of effort, which I want to start
doing
doing
because you've been doing a lot more
like
croaks
that.
and crank arms here and there and like stuff like that you kind of didn't really bother with for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff is sick. I'm into it. I just never really gave it 100%.
I always try to get you to do a switch feeble whip. How come you don't want to do it?
I used to do them so much when I was little that I just am over it.
Is that just an easy ass trick?
It's easy. Yeah, I don't have a problem doing it.
Because it just feels like a regular straight tail whip to you, right?
Feels like a bunny hop whip, like,
yeah.
You know?
What do you think of San Francisco?
San Fran is tight, dude. That was the first time I got to, like, go around the city, not for something like a detour or something, you know? Like, actually pedal around.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, yeah.
That's dope. Any crazy interactions with the bums or anything? I know that, everybody, well, Alfredo slept in the rig at one point and like got woken up by a bum jerking off outside the van or something.
I had one interaction with a bum. I mean, I had just rented this hotel room for me and Craig and shit to stay in.
Yeah.
And the door was open. We're just chilling. And this bum just stands right at the door, like, just standing there, silent,
just
for like a minute. And I'm looking at him like, what do you want, dude?
Yeah.
And he's like, could I use your bathroom? I was like, nah, you gotta go, man. And he's just like, could I just go in the bathroom and get a drink? I was like, no, man, you can't just fucking stand outside my hotel room. And he was just like, well, could I have a cig? I was like, get the fuck out of here, man.
And he's left?
Yeah, I just kind of just like chased him out.
Do you feel like bums kind of pick on you? What is that?
I feel like I don't have a good relationship with bums. We'll just leave it at that.
Because they always pick on you or like ask you for money and then like you'll say no and then they'll just like keep bothering you. What is that? I think
I've almost been in so many fights with bums.
I think you seem too friendly. Like they look at you and you seem like somebody that they think that they could fuck with. I don't know what it is.
Then I get fucking pissed off, freak out. They definitely never expect it when I just lose my mind on them. Like,
yeah. Well, not like fight them, but just yell at them, like get the fuck away from me or whatever, right?
I've tried to fight them.
Yeah.
I mean, if it gets to that point,
yeah. You
know, like, fuck you, man. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. Hey, can we talk about when that girl punched you in the dick outside the bar? I'll start the story. We're like fucking hanging out with this girl that I was chilling with at the time, and she just starts to get a little too drunk, and she starts like grabbing people's tits and stuff, like grabbing dudes' nipples and trying to fuck with them like that. And then we're outside of there, and she straight up punched you in the dick so fucking hard that you were sitting on the curb, like tears in your fucking eyes, and like she just kept getting in your face and trying to like. It was crazy. Like, I was honestly really impressed by your fucking self-control because I kept telling her, I'm like, you need to get out of here. Like, you do not understand how lucky you are right now that he is a nice guy that's not going to do something to you.
I wanted to knock her out. I just kept saying, get the fuck out, screaming at the top of my lungs, get the fuck out of here.
And
like,
she would not leave you alone. It was so crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just the craziest, most ratchet fucking black chick ever.
Shout out to Ratchets.
Ugh, and it sucks too because I never even got to do anything with her, so.
She wasn't that great anyway.
No. It's one man's opinion. I don't think you like black girls as much as I do. That's like my thing. I only date black girls.
And Koreans and Oriental anything.
Well, you think I prefer Asians?
As of your streak lately, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The girl I've been hanging out with lately looks like she's like 15. She's not, but she looks it.
That's tight.
Nothing wrong with that. You know where we're about to go by right here is the Vivid Entertainment offices. Just so people have a context of like where we are. Vivid, the porn company that the porn chick that I hung out with for a while, she used to do the radio show there and shit. Oh, and also that's something funny is that me and Brandon Began are going on Suicide Girls Radio in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm going on Loveline as well.
Yeah, so we're getting media opportunities. We're getting PR. You're going on Loveline, so are you going to be handing out advice, or are you going to be...
I don't know what it is.
It's, people call in and talk about their fucking sex problems, or, you know, it's always like, oh, I got this bump on my dick, what should I do, or...
Oh, God, I can't nut ever.
I've never come.
It takes me hours to come.
No, but, like, I haven't seen it since I was, like, 15, 16. It used to be on MTV. I don't know if it still is, but... I don't know. They'll probably just have you on there and maybe ask. I don't know. Well, I guess you're probably going to be on the radio show. I don't think it's a TV show anymore.
Yeah, it's a radio show.
So there you go.
I got some stories. I mean, I could talk about, I guess.
There you go. Let loose on some fucking...
Not exactly the most social person, though, so I bet I'm going to just feel real awkward or whatever.
Nah, because they're professionals, dude. That's their job. Is like it's Dr.
Make you
Drew.
comfortable.
If I show you the picture of Dr. Drew, you will be like, oh, that guy, because he's hella famous and stuff.
He's gonna be like, man, you're seriously fucked up in the head, dude.
No, he'll probably be impressed if you start telling him stories about like groupies in other countries and shit. He'll probably just be like, hey, you're badass. I like you. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Are you offended that I asked Brandon to go on Suicide Girls Radio with me instead of you? He's like a suicide boy, so it kind of makes sense. He's
I don't care, man. That's
he's
not
a little
something.
emo kid.
That's not. I'm not into the
You don't
radio
care about
shit
the
anyway.
media shit.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
It's just something to do once in a while. Or...
I mean, if you're into it, you're into it. It's just not my cup of tea.
But
I guess.
if you get the opportunity to do something like that radio show, you're not going to turn it down. You're just like, fuck it, yeah, I'll try it.
I mean, it's worth a go. I mean, I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm.
Other than...
Look at this. A trash bag just fell off. You're going to see it in the background right there. Trash bag just fell out of this fucking truck right there. Did you even see it?
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean... I don't know.
You just don't care.
I just don't
One
care.
way or another. If Alfredo lines it up and drives you there, then he'll do it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much if everything gets put in order for me.
Some people need a manager. See, that's what I wish I had, is like somebody who was actually just lining up shit for me, so that, or even with like the podcast and stuff, it's like people don't understand how much fucking work it is that I have to do every part of it. Like, I have to make sure the filmer's there, I have to line up the guests, I have to fucking edit it after. If I had somebody who was like just in charge of like, oh, okay, Adam, this month you're gonna interview this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, and you're gonna be there on this day, and this day, it would be the easiest thing ever.
Yeah.
But having to do every little piece of it along the way, it just fucking is way different, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get to that point someday.
I'm definitely not the best with words and talking to people or whatever, so it's good to have like Alf always helping me out with that stuff.
Yeah, you need a manager or something if you're at like a certain level as a pro athlete or whatever, because you don't want to be the one running around being like, hey, give me money, give me fucking this deal, give me that, because then you're just gonna look like an asshole. People
I'm also just like not that type of person. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't like confrontation or having to deal with that kind of shit, so
right.
It's a lot easier to just...
You only confront bums.
Only when confronted.
How was you like having Craig out here?
Yeah, Craig's the man. He kills it.
One of the last cassette riders on Earth left.
Still killing
cassette
it,
street
bro.
riders on Earth. Yeah, Craig is amazing. What else should I talk about? I'm trying to think of. Oh, you know what I did this? You weren't with me. Me and Alfredo went to VidCon, which is the YouTube convention.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it's so fucking weird. It's like there were 3 different floors, and when you get there, it's just teeny boppers, like the littlest fucking girls, and like there's all these dudes who have like weird haircuts, and these girls are just freaking out. Like, I've just never seen, like, I'm never around like 16-year-old like fangirl types, you know, like I don't see this stuff. I don't go to the mall. I don't really go to like concerts that these kind of people go to. So it was just so fucking weird. And there's all these like little makeup chicks that are like YouTube stars or whatever, and they'll have lines behind them just handing out fucking autographs. It's pretty crazy. And but then on the 3rd floor, it's just like business. It's just straight up business meetings, and we had a meeting with like the Red Bull YouTube guy and like our YouTube network and stuff like that. But that was interesting. We were gonna try to film a video where I like talked to everybody and asked them what they thought about BMX and shit, but it didn't really
pan out.
Didn't really work out so well. It's kind of weird just walking up to people and talking to them, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some guy, like a big black dude, interviewed me on camera for like his YouTube thing, and he goes, "You look like you got weed. You got any weed?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let me get some." I'm like, "What, you got the money?" He's like, "You're not gonna just give it to me?" I'm like, "Hell no, this ain't fucking free. This is like..."
I ain't giving out handouts.
Yeah. This ain't happening. Where are we going right now?
We're going to Sheldon Skate Park.
Best skate park in LA, possibly?
One of my favorites, yeah.
For sure. Love it. We go there all the time. Everybody, a lot of times kids will Instagram DM me photos of like the park and be like, "Where are you guys?" Like, we're just there every day.
Yeah. I like the wood one by our house as well, at the school.
Yeah, that one's fun. Okay, here's a good question we should get out before we finish is, like, to the fan kids, the kids DMing you, sending you messages, like, you don't really respond. You're not that kind of person, right? Like, why is that? It's just overwhelming.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. There's a lot of them, and I feel bad if I respond to one kid and then I don't respond to another. So I'd rather just not respond altogether. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
well, you could put out something like this every once in a while that sort of answers a lot of the questions, because that's what kids don't really get, is that, like, I don't think kids get how stupid their questions are or how annoying they are. Because it's like, nobody wants to answer the question of like, did Stevie get his bike back? Like that, I've probably seen that comment 5,000 times in the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like, if he got his bike back, you would know. There'd be a picture on Instagram of him with the bike. It's not like he's gonna hide it.
Yeah.
It's a strange thing how these kids just...
I still have kids commenting at, like, not knowing that I've been on a free coaster for a year and a half.
That's the best.
Like...
And it's kind of weird though, because
nuts.
it's like, at the same time, you know that a lot of them are super young kids. They are like partially like, they only have like half a brain in their head so far. So it's like, you can't blame them for like, wanting to know, but at the same time, you can't answer all of them. It's like way too much.
I feel like they just don't know what to ask, and they may be nervous or whatever, so they just pop out any random stupid thing.
Yeah.
Just in hopes for a response, but...
Hey, if you were on death row and you had to pick the one food, the last thing you want to eat before you die, what are you ordering?
Pizza.
Just pizza? Really?
Barbecue chicken pizza.
From where?
I don't know.
And no place in particular? Just any old closest one to the jail?
I guess, yeah.
Well, you're a simple man. I respect that.
Well, I'd have to have ranch as well.
True, ranch on the pizza. You're a big fan of that. I almost feel like I might just get like Popeyes. And I know that that's like the trashiest thing I could ever say, but to be honest, like, I've been eating Popeyes and just loving it for my entire life.
I've never had it.
Really? You don't like fried chicken?
I like fried chicken, but I've never had Popeyes.
That's crazy. It's right by the White Banks. We always go to the fucking Popeyes right over there. I'm surprised you haven't enjoyed that with me.
Well, I mean, I don't eat much, so...
Why is that? You just don't have a huge appetite?
Just never hungry. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I do eat a lot at, like, 2 in the morning.
Yeah, what is that? You just have a feeding frenzy.
I don't know. I'm just always hungry real late and never during the day.
Huh. Interesting. What, I'm trying to think. We're getting off the exit right here. So we're at the skate park. I wonder how long we filmed for. But, I don't know. Any last words? Anything that you want to tell the people out there? What's your message to society? Stop racism.
Teach people how to read.
Teach people how to read. Stomp out. Yeah, let's just. We won't end with like subscribe to us, like us on Facebook. We'll just end with some positive messages. Stop racism. Black lives matter. White lives also matter. Brandon Began is a bedbug monster.
Yeah.
Yep.
If there's any ladies out there with some fake boobies and fat asses, holla.
Yeah, well, that goes for me too. If there's any girls out there who are of legal age but look like they aren't, holla. Do you have a hickey? What is that?
Nah, I don't know. Probably got bit from vegan.
Probably another
A vegan bite.
Another vegan bite. I would rather have a bagel bite than a vegan bite.
Fact.
All right. Well, this has been the third Adam22 weekly update featuring Steve. Bass. To everybody out there, I know I said I wouldn't do this, but like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on the YouTubes, at Adam22, popular meme account.
And at Stevie_Churchill.
See, there you go, shouting yourself out finally. All right, well, thank you very much to all the people at home who watch this. See you around. Hey, I just want to give a shout out. You're not allowed to co-sign this. You got your own part sponsor, but shout out to my man Mike Hoder. Quite possibly the best grips in the game, S&M BTM grips. I would suggest that you hit up your local bike shop and tell them that you want Hoder.